Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
ESPN accidentally makes big time admission with regard to the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. Thanks to Sophie Cunningham. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. I have a little clip for you. Sophie Cunningham, another player with a podcast. Oh, Sophie, why did you do it? AB, why did you do it? I got to be consistent, y'all. I didn't like Angel Reese doing it. I didn't like Paul George for the Sixers doing it. At least do it in the off season only. You got a job, all right. That's all I'm saying right now. You got a job, but ESPN led with this, and we're going to play a little clip here of Sophie, and then listen to ESPN's follow up about Caitlin Clark and her treatment in the WNBA. And keep in mind what we've been hearing for the past year and a half.
You have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, like I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of like, no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And like I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But there's just more for her. So it's her second year. And like now being on her team and like seeing it, I'm like, what are people doing? Like actually it's just too much.
I think Caitlin's had a little bit of a target on her back probably since she came into the league. She pushes back though, Ramona.
Yeah, some of that is just hazing. Some of that is exactly what Sophie said. But I also think that she's defined herself as the enforcer now. And I think the fact that her teammates have her back and they're going to stand up for her is what they've been waiting for. The question is, will the refs?
Well, Nafisa.
Okay, so I know that it was kind of difficult to follow there at the end. I mean, I think she was talking about Sophie being the enforcer and that like the fans that were waiting for someone to have her back, and that we still don't really have a team that has her back at all. We have Sophie Cunningham who's kind of made one thing, but we still have never really seen anyone on the team truly have Caitlin Clark back on the court. But as you may have heard there from both of them, although they glossed over it a little bit, was that yeah, Caitlin Clark was targeted last year. Yet they spent all of last season and still even all this season saying that that never happened. Caitlin Clark was never targeted by the WNBA. She wasn't treated differently. The refs didn't let things go. Other players weren't being extra physical with her. There weren't some extra curricular in the fouls and so on and so forth. And here you have ESPN just casually saying, "Hey, you know what? Sophie's right. Caitlin Clark was absolutely targeted last year." And also I'd like to just make clear, because y'all know you'll get some one of the crazy trolls that likes to comment in every video talking about this. It is true and it is normal that, say, in any league, when you've got some hot shot prospect coming in, that there's going to be a little extra in intensity when you match up with that team, with that player, to make it clear that, hey, you know what? You're not that much of a hot shot. All right. You still have your place and you still got to work hard to get where you think you might already be. And that is normal. The dirty play, the officials not calling all the hand checks and the grabbing and all of that stuff, that is a problem. Not calling the things against Vivian's for Seattle with the hand on the throat, or not calling landing space foul after landing space foul after landing space foul. Caitlin Clark never really being able to drive, or I should say, getting off a lot of drives despite all the hands on the hips and the checking and the grabbing and then of course the extracurricular with the Kennedy Carter. Let's not forget that Kennedy Carter play was called a regular foul on the court. Okay, we have a dead ball situation. Caitlin Clark is just standing there. Kennedy Carter curses at her, walks up to her from behind, and checks her to the ground. And it was called a regular foul. Now, because of the uproar and because they could do it and make it seem like they were doing something when they really weren't, after the fact, the WNBA labeled a flagrant, but that had no impact on the game itself. because, first of all, there would have been a free throw, and a point could be very important. But, and I think flagrant fouls, correct me if I'm wrong, but off the top of my head, I think it's very similar to technical fouls in terms of punishment, like being suspended for a game, which is absolutely wild. 'Cause, I mean, to think of, it might be like five, but still 5 flagrants. That's a lot of flagrants over a season to then finally have a consequence like a suspension. So, and then of course we saw the Mabry thing, which again, those are far from the first. We saw Dejanay Carrington with the eye poke last year, and nothing was ever done about any of this stuff. That is the problem, because you know how you eliminate and fix this targeting nonsense is you have referees who actually officiate the game the way they're supposed to. Just look at the season Caitlin Clark had last year, and just think of the season. Just think of what she is capable of if she is officiated like everyone else. God forbid she actually be officiated like someone like Asia Wilson or Paige Beckers. She would be freaking unstoppable. She would average 30 and 15. No exaggeration. That's why I only said 30, because it could probably be 40 if she wanted to. But if you had to defend her the way you have to defend Asia Wilson, if you had to defend her the way you have to defend Paige Beckers, there would be no stopping Caitlin Clark offensively. She would score as many points as she wanted to score. Some nights it would be fewer or more, depending on how hot a hand she has. But she would shoot 40+% from three, because we've all seen what she's done in practice. What was that one drill where she made, like, I don't know, 54 of 57 or something? And she never gets an open look. And that's the other thing that's frustrating, especially when people talk about her percentages and stuff. When you look at other players, and again, no shade to Kelsey Mitchell, because you've all heard me say multiple times she's the best shooting guard in the WNBA. However, that is pretty much all she brings. And the thing is, the open looks that she gets, even when Caitlin Clark's not out there, because just the rest of the league is not defended the way Caitlin Clark is defended. And I shouldn't even say defending, because we're talking about the targeting. Caitlin Clark is fouled and they aren't called, right? It's not even like she's defended differently, although she is. It's that she is repeatedly fouled 94 feet. When she's dribbling up the court, and you all watch it when someone picks her up full court and she's dribbling up the court, she is being fouled the entire time that she is going up the court. She is getting hand checked. She's getting the forearm. She's getting the hand on the hip. She's getting grabbed. And we've all seen evidence over and over and over again. And finally, ESPN, although I think inadvertently, I think accidentally, admitted that Caitlin Clark has been targeted, and it must change. Again, it is in the best interest. This is what drives me absolutely, and I'll leave you with this. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Drives me absolutely bat crap crazy is just accepting. Look, no other players don't have to love Caitlin Clark and praise her all the time. Just accept her as another player in the league and let her be her, and then reap the benefits of that. That is all you have to do. You don't have to constantly praise Caitlin Clark, but stop all the nonsense, stop all the crap in the media, stop screaming about the fans and lying about the fans. Stop the physical attacks on Caitlin Clark. Just go play basketball, and you will reap rewards from that. All this stuff you say that you want that it doesn't seem like you really do. But let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. Appreciate you being here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go of the day you deserve, and I will talk to you later.